Hey, what's going on, everybody out there in the podcast world? It's Kevin and Makael. We are back with a new podcast. I want to say thank you to Mario and Malik, who filled in last week when Makael could not be on the Skorpion Show podcast. For everybody out there listening to this podcast right now, I need you to head right on over to Instagram and share this story that you're listening to the Skorpion Show podcast. Just share it onto your Instagram stories to your Instagram stories, or also share this link to your Facebook and Twitter, and let's get more people listening to the Skorpion Show podcast. Last week's podcast was over an hour and 30 minutes. I don't even know the last time we did a podcast that long, but it was just so good to just talk about so many different topics, and with Malik opening up and talking about his religion, it was just good to do, and try to I don't think we dug anywhere, but just scratch the surface and see what's going on up inside of his head. And I do want to say thank you to everyone who reached out and said that they enjoyed listening to last week's podcast. What is this?
Read the touch comment.
Oh my God, I can't. You know what?
You gotta be. There's no way.
Just go to Makael's Instagram and look at that video of Candy singing. It wasn't good, okay? It wasn't good.
Is it ever good?
You know what? I'm not opening up this podcast doing that. I'm not.
It's like I'm saying, what? Can you imagine sitting there and paid your money for that? I would have been upset.
I'm not going there. I don't have nothing to do with that, you know.
Because I didn't go.
Listen, Candy makes her money from all streams,
yes,
okay?
Does. She does.
Singing, writing, housewives, sex clothes.
Got a nerve to be frowning her face up at somebody.
Yes, and restaurants. Go ahead, Candy. I'm not. No, that video was really bad.
Yeah.
And the crowd wasn't even saying like go off or anything.
They weren't clapping, even when she was finished. Usually crowds clap. They didn't clap.
Well, we're back. So what has been going on this week? Well, Tiger Woods has not had a great week. And, every couple of years you hear something with Tiger in a car or with a golf cart. This time it was really, really bad. What's his name? Tiger was driving, and he didn't even get a chance to stop or whatever. I don't know what happened, but his car did some rolls. And he was injured really, really, really bad. Like bad to where he had to get a ride placed in his leg, and he had to get some screws in between his feet and things like that. Tiger woke. I keep wanting to say Tyler, but it's Tiger. He woke up and he really has no idea what happened. He don't know how he got there. And they were saying that he wasn't intoxicated or anything like that. I don't know what can happen, or what to make you, because I'm not a driver, so I don't know.
There's only one thing that can make that happen if you weren't drunk, and that is you were
not
on
paying
your phone.
attention.
You were on your phone, like most of these people are. I was on the expressway yesterday, on the not the expressway. I'm sorry, the boulevard. Mm-hmm. Somebody came on the wrong direction up the boulevard as oncoming traffic was coming on the boulevard.
Oh my God.
And he had somebody, and the person that was in the passenger seat, the guy in the passenger seat was so embarrassed, he kept shaking his head. I'm looking at the driver, he got a phone in his hand. I said, that's why, because you got your phone in your hand. You didn't even pay attention that you made the wrong turn onto oncoming traffic.
So what had the cars just beeping at his
Beeping at him, and he was trying to figure out how he can get off, because it was a big pillar that he couldn't get. It was a mess, Kevin. It was a mess. These people need to stay off of their phones. Right. That is the only thing I can think of with Tiger Woods. He probably was on his phone. Now, they're trying to say that particular stretch of road, 13 accidents has happened in the past 13 months. Yeah. But this is my thing. Tiger Woods was in a car accident. Mm-hmm. Tiger Woods was not drunk. He was not high. Tiger Woods didn't hit anybody. There was nobody else injured. Let's move on. People get into car accidents every day.
No, you
We
just
are
can't move on.
No, we can move on because it's like, okay, what do y'all want us to know or talk about? Y'all telling us he wasn't high, he didn't have anything in his system. Okay, he got into a car accident. Okay, clearly he wasn't paying attention. Okay, now what? What do we talk about next?
We talk about the recovery and what's next for Tiger.
You know, my aunt said she on Facebook. She said she don't want to talk about nobody who don't claim to be black. I said, ooh.
Well, you know what?
I said, okay.
I
well.
think he knows that he's black. I don't see him out there. You know,
As a driver, I'm just looking at it like this. This one, and you know what's so funny? Because they interviewed this one lady. She did. She left a comment on my thing too. And I didn't delete it because I said, you know what? She's 80. She got the right to say that. They interviewed this one lady, they interviewed a resident that lives on that stretch of road, and they interviewed this one woman, and I guess she was in an accident on that road too. And she said basically she was throwing shade at the whole, I guess, the city by saying, oh, well, I guess since Tiger Woods has gotten in an accident, now they'll finally do something about this road.
well, okay.
So, you know what I mean?
Doing?
And that's how I feel. Like, people get into accidents all the time. It's like either you're going to do something or you're not. But now that Tiger Woods got in an accident, now we got to hear about it all day, every day. Like
well,
somebody said on Facebook, I'm tired of getting these alerts from CNN about Tiger Woods. I am too.
Well, if you're tired of getting them damn
Like,
alerts,
come on.
turn it off. It's important.
It's important to who?
To his fans. He's a beloved sports star because Lord, let Beyonce been driving on that road and something happened.
Right, but
y'all
she did
want
but,
wall-to-wall coverage.
No, I don't want wall-to-wall coverage, and that's
How's
what I had to tell somebody
How's
the other
some
day.
other doing?
I had to tell somebody
How's
the other
Jay-Z
day. I've
doing?
met Beyonce several times. That fan stage is over with.
Right.
I'm not that fan that I was 10 years ago. I've already met her several times over. So that guy is
he's evolved.
Yeah, it's no need to do that anymore. But what I'm saying is this is a different case. We're talking about somebody who was in a car accident.
Right.
He lived. He did not die. Nobody got hurt. He didn't hit anybody. Nobody was in the car with him that got hurt. He was the only one that got hurt. They told us he wasn't on drugs. He wasn't drunk. Now what else do y'all want us to know?
But it's okay. I understand that's
Like,
how you
oh
feel.
my
But
God.
when you don't really care about someone who plays golf, he is the best
Well, no,
golf player
it's not.
in the world.
No, I know not even the best golf player. He's one of the biggest sports stars in
Yes,
the world. We
so
know
it's
that.
going to be talked about.
But even if it was LeBron James, he survived. He's okay. Okay, his legs, he has to recover. But
Yeah,
it's
okay.
like, you know what they're doing? They're making this as if somebody said this on my Facebook page. You would think that he died the way they're talking about it. And I said, yeah, they're covering it
they
like he
probably
died.
was hoping that he did
And
die,
I
so this coverage could be much.
I don't
bigger
know.
than
I don't
what
think
it
they're
was.
hoping that, Kevin. I think they're hoping that they find something. Because Aaron Burnett asked the cop, one of the police officers in charge, they said, oh, well, do you guys think that you guys are going to subpoena for his phone records? And the cop said, well, it hasn't even gotten to this far yet. And I'm thinking to myself, yeah, because he was taken aback by the question too. And I'm like, come on, like, okay, he probably was texting like a lot of people do. He probably was either texting or doing something on his phone like a lot of people do.
He has no memory of it.
Yeah,
so.
and he has no memory of it. Okay, so if we find out that he was texting or calling somebody, what are they going to arrest him?
I
But
mean,
then you'd have to arrest everybody else who'd be on the phone.
They
texting
do.
and
They
driving.
do be getting something, but you got to be careful out there when you on that phone. Because I have one friend in particular. I'm not going to say his name. But he likes to be on that fucking phone, and I just be like, get off the phone.
Do I know him?
Yes.
Oh.
He was here last week, but didn't talk. So I ain't saying no
talk.
names.
Oh.
But
didn't talk, you said?
But I didn't let him. It's not that I didn't
okay.
let him talk.
Oh, he didn't
want to talk.
Okay.
Yeah. But he loves that phone, and I'm like, you need to get off of that phone. Like it's. Sometimes you just don't learn until something happens, right. And I don't want none of my friends to be. What happened what happened to Tiger? It could be even worse.
Them hitting somebody.
Yeah, killing somebody. You going to jail for involuntary manslaughter. Like, come on.
Then they said too. That's how I know he was on the phone, because then they said that when he got in the accident, there wasn't even like any skid marks on the road. Mm-hmm. He wasn't paying attention. And usually when you're on the phone not paying attention, you start to go slow.
Right.
You know what I mean? You start to drive slow because you're trying to slow down. You're not going fast. You start to drive slow. So he hit that fucking medium. And then lost control of the car. That's what it was. Because on a clear sunny day, and you just randomly hit something. Right. And you hit something like, come on, something that's obviously there. Come on.
What about that attorney general in one of them states, one of them Midwestern states? He hit somebody, called the cops, say he was the attorney general. Called 911, say he was attorney general, and he hit something.
He wants everybody to know he's attorney general so he won't get in trouble.
Yeah.
Ain't that how funny how they use their power?
Yeah.
Oh, they died.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
And he's like, he won't step down. The governor, the female governor, whoever she is in this state, I can't remember the name of the state. He won't step down. Like, and these Republicans, they're going to impeach him to get him to step down.
But is the Attorney General a Democrat or Republican?
He's a Republican. Oh, there are Republicans in this state. I can't remember. It's
but
like either South Dakota. Yes, they want him the fuck out of there. Like, they like, oh, he know he hit somebody.
Right. And
like,
then you try to use your position to.
Yeah, he sounded drunk with the phone. Yeah. You got to go. Right. And I don't get it. Like, with all of these celebrities and all this money they have, like, why do y'all want to be out here driving intoxicated? Just get you a driver. It's not hard to get a driver, and you can do all your dirt in the back seat. You could do whatever you want.
That's the thing. They don't want nobody in the car with them. They want to do it on their own.
Yeah, but it's bad. It's bad business. Then you got to be out here with a record. Who else did something and they got away? To Bruce Springsteen. You know, when this happened, you ain't hear shit about him driving drunk. It just came out like last week. And then he lost the commercial, and then they threw the case out against him because he wasn't above the legal limit. And now he got a podcast coming out with Barack Obama. So I'm just like, oh, child, they just swept this shit under the rug.
Right, he's getting rewarded for.
And now the commercial's back on TV.
What commercial was he in, Bruce Springsteen?
One of them car commercials.
I didn't even know Bruce Springsteen was doing.
Yeah, he was in a car commercial for the Super Bowl. Oh. You know, it's just like, come on, like people. This is serious. Stop playing. If you listen to this podcast, just listen to us. Don't be playing around with the car fidgets and all of that. Moving on.
Right.
Lady Gaga's dog walker got shot 4 times outside of his house, and 2 of her dogs were stolen. Now
this is a story that's interesting.
Yes,
because somebody knew that was Lady Gaga's dogs. They had to.
They probably did, but shot him 4 times.
He survived.
He survived. I think he's going to survive. Like, he was in bad condition.
Thank God.
But I think he's going to survive. And Lady Gaga has a $500,000 reward. Now, Gaga, I don't know if you want the reward for the shooters or do you want the reward for the dogs? Because you're saying no questions asked. I want to know what the fuck is going on.
Well, I think either way. Because if you get the shooter, then you're bound to get the dog.
No, right. I want to know.
Wow.
Who is the $500K for? What is it for? Because
she ain't want to put. Well, she knew not to put for the dog. Because then people say, "Well, what about the shooter?"
Well, she did have a reward for those because she want the dogs. But, girl,
She can't specify. Because if you specify, then you know you're gonna have people like you saying, "Well, what about the guy who got shot?
Right?
Well, what about him? Do justice?"
Because I want to know. Because you should want to find out who did this to the to your dog walker, and of course that reward money should. If they find out who shot to whoever, if someone found out information on who shot your dog walker, and I'm hoping that we're talking about L.A. So there got to be cameras everywhere. These people can't be having these magnificent apartment and homes, and no one has footage of the shooting. To shoot him 4 times and take 2 dogs. They said one of the dogs ran away. One of the dogs got away from the.
So he just took
from
one
the 2
dog.
people. Yeah, because it was 2 people, and he was shot 4 times.
So did she get the other dog that ran away back?
Yeah, she got the dog that ran away. Now Lady Gaga is over in Rome. She's doing something over there. You know, so she found out about what happened. Of course, she was upset, like anyone else would be.
Yeah.
So, 2 of
that's like your kids and the babysitter gets shot. Like,
right.
You're worried about your kids and you're worried about your babysitter.
It's horrible.
Like, oh my God.
Yeah. So, you know, they had, like you said, they had to know that these were her dogs.
Yeah, they were her dogs.
Now, but this guy was shot outside of his house. So I don't know, like, if someone was watching him.
Yeah, they probably was watching him.
Like, or did he run his mouth to the wrong people? I don't know.
That knew he was going to be watching the dogs.
Yeah, but it's horrible. Over some bulldogs. If you want bulldogs,
they're
bad,
very expensive. That's why.
know.
And you know they're the big hot commodity right now.
Mm-hmm.
That is what everybody. That's why Amber was able to sell all them dogs.
Mm-hmm.
They are. That one guy who came. First of all, Amber sold them dogs for a lot of money, and then those people were buying them dogs like candy. Mm-hmm. They're the new thing. This one guy that I follow on Instagram, he's breeding, and it's like those bulldogs, French bulldogs, are the new. They're the it thing right now. So now that I know that they're bulldogs, yeah, I can see it because if you get your hands on one of those, and then you mate them, can you imagine how much they're gonna come up? Because them dogs are probably like
Yeah.
worth $4,000 to $5,000
Yeah, I
a
don't
piece.
think that Amber think that her dog was gonna have 10. I didn't know her dog was gonna have 10 puppies.
No, and she sold
Just about
all of them. Yeah, I was there when one of the guys came to buy it.
Yeah, but I was there when the guy came there to masturbate the dog. To because you know bulldogs they can't mate.
Yeah.
So I just like, oh my God, and I had to be there because somebody had to be downstairs because she told me the guy was coming.
Oh, so you had to be there when he came.
Right. Yeah.
Well, I remember when Richard tried to do it.
He didn't know what he was doing.
No, he didn't because he didn't know. He didn't know, but he tried to put them. He tried to lock them together.
Yeah, and I said
but
you can't do.
Yeah. Well, he didn't know.
I kept telling him you can't mate bulldogs. It's like if you. They are it's an artificial insemination process that goes on. You know, if you didn't
I wonder who realized this all hundreds of years ago.
I don't know.
How did somebody
breed it
realize?
all because they breeded all different types of dogs and
Yeah, but I mean, once that breed came about, let's say 100 years ago, once the bulldog breed was already established, who 100 years ago realized, wait, they can't, so we got to do it. And I know they wasn't putting on no gloves 100 years ago.
No, I don't know how they did it. I don't want to. Well, I'm sure a vet would know, or someone who's in.
Yeah, but how many vets were around 100 years ago?
I don't know, but I'm sure they know.
I'm just saying, we're talking about 1920.
Because there's so many different variations of dogs.
Right.
And,
I was watching this thing on demand where they were showing about. It got a little boring, so I turned it off. But it was interesting. So I watched maybe about a good 20 minutes of it, and they were talking about the different. I did, but then it started getting boring, so I turned it off. But they were talking about how dogs came about, and it came about from, of course, wolves. But how they were being mated and things like that. It was so interesting because it's like, wow, like a lot of these breeds, they're like, a lot of these breeds aren't even that old.
Right.
They're probably like 150 years old, which isn't really that old when you think about the history of the world and think about dogs. But smaller breeds of dogs are more newer because, of course, back then with the wolves, wasn't no small wolves. Them wolves were big.
right.
But it's just crazy because you think about it and you be like, wow, like I never even thought about the breeding of dogs and how they came about and how breeding these two different breeds ended up with this breed. It's like, wow, like it's crazy.
It's very interesting when you learn how they learn about genetics and all of that stuff when it comes to breeding animals.
You know, my dog died yesterday.
Yes.
Yeah.
Like, well, what happened?
She was old. She was very old. She, a few weeks for the past almost a month, she just started pissing everywhere, pissing. And I said, something's not right because she's housebroken. She knows not to go in the house. And I called my sister and I said, this dog is not going to live long. And I talked to my sister yesterday and she said, wow, you said it. I said, yeah, because I knew she was blind because when I would walk her, if I walked ahead of her and stopped to let her do her business, she would be sniffing the ground. Once she lift her head up, and I would say, come on. And she'd be alert. She could hear me, but she couldn't see me. And I would say, I'm right here. I'm right here. And then she'd start walking back towards the house because she couldn't see me. And I said, oh, my God. So then I had to walk behind her, grab her. And then coming down the steps in the house, she was nervous to come down the steps. So I had to go up the steps and either pick her up or walk beside her as like a guide so she wouldn't fall. She went to the vet. They said she had diabetes. She had a throat infection. And she was blind in one eye, which I knew. I knew something was wrong with her throat because I told my sister, I said, this dog hasn't barked in almost 2 years. I said, I noticed she has not barked at all in over almost 2 years. But the vet said, listen, you can do this, but you'd be wasting your money because she's already close to death because she's so old. So it's best to just put her down now so she won't be in no more misery. So it was like, like I told my sister, I said, these Yorkies, they lived for about a good 14, 15 years, and she was about to be 14. So it was like, yeah, it's her time to go. Let her go. She's not in no pain no more.
Do they charge you to put her to sleep?
My mom took her. She came and got her and took her. So I don't know. But everybody knew that. I mean, oh God, because my mom, when my mom called and told me, she basically was like, listen, I know this is, but this, let me tell you, I didn't, they put them down because this was it. I don't want you to think that I just went in there and told, because my mom took her because I told my mom, I said, this dog keeps pissing, so can you take her to the vet for me? Because my mom took her to the vet for me, and she took her to the vet thinking that they were going to find out what was the matter, why she kept pissing, but come to find out. But I told my mom, I said that pissing part was because she was sick. Because for 14 years and not going in the house, and all of a sudden you just start peeing in the house. I said, yeah, something's wrong. And that was that diabetic part. She could no longer hold her bladder. So it was just coming. It was just coming. Yeah. But today it hit me. Today it finally hit me. So I was like, oh my God. My aunt texted me yesterday. My cousin called me. My travel agent, Camille, she texted me today. Shout out to Camille. A lot of people knew how close I was to my dog. My dad called me. So it was just like everybody was just checking up. Because I was like, yeah. Because it was originally my sister's dog. Mm-hmm. But then my sister, went to do her thing and left the dog with me. So. But
so do you think you want another dog?
Oh, most definitely. And I know what breed I want too.
What?
I want a miniature Yorkie. I'm sorry, bitch. A miniature Yorkie. I'm sorry, y'all. A miniature Schnauzer. The kind of dog that Drew has. Drew has a miniature Schnauzer. Right. You know what dog he has? Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's a miniature Schnauzer. Because they have the smaller kind like Drew get, and then they have the big ones. One,
yeah.
Now, my uncle got the big one, and that's too big to be walking around somebody's house.
Right.
No. I'd rather take the smaller one.
They can bark.
I looked up on those too a few months ago because as God would have it, he put it in me and was like, your dog ain't gonna live that long. So I started looking up dog breeds, and when I looked up that one, the miniature Schnauzer was originally for rodents, catching rodents like rats and stuff like that when they were first breeding came about years ago. But they're good dogs. They're good dogs, and I don't want no dog that sheds either.
Yeah, I'm tired of dogs that shed.
Yeah, I don't want no dog.
Tired of dogs that smell.
Yeah. Like, they all gonna have a smell.
Yeah, but
you just gotta keep them bathed.
Yeah, like I lived in a house where we rarely had dogs, and I had to worry about that. Then all of a sudden, you got to deal with dogs and they smells and fur and like, get the fuck out of here. Give me a cat any day of the week, and I'll be happy. Yeah. Like I know that some people love them, and I am a cat person. I don't want to be walking no goddamn dog to the.
See, I didn't mind that. I didn't mind.
Yeah, I'm too lazy
because I'm not a cat person.
Yeah, I love cats.
And I'm not changing no fucking litter.
Yeah, well, I guess that comes along with it too. You know, you got
because either you got to pick the dog shit up or you got to change the cat litter.
Yeah.
So it's either one because you can't really let the dog just shit anywhere. I can't wait to tell my neighbors. They're going to be so upset.
Yeah, I'm surprised they didn't know.
Well, it just happened yesterday. Mm-hmm. But I'm saying, my neighbors would always see me, and I'm just trying not to think about it. I told my travel agent today, I said, I'm just trying to keep my mind off of it. Today, oh my God, I woke up around 12 o'clock because that would be around the time I would walk her when I come home. Mm-hmm. And I thought for a split second, I heard her whimpering at the door for me to, and I got up to open the door and realized she wasn't right there. I said, let me take my ass back to sleep. So let me go back to sleep. Yeah, it's I think that people, when you don't have pets, not just a dog, but cats too, if you don't have pets, you won't understand until they die. And you go, oh my God, they died. Like, and it hits you like, oh my God. Yeah. But I told my dad, I told my dad and my sister, I said, well, listen, she was old and she was so sick. And even though I'm sad that she died, I'm happy that she's not
in pain.
Because that's the only thing about pets and small babies is that when they're in pain, they cannot tell you that they're in pain. You understand what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So that's the part that bothers me because you don't know. You just start seeing them change like their ways, but you don't know what it is. You just have no clue what it is. Like I told my sister, she stopped barking for so long, but she never exhibited any type of pain in her throat. So it's like, I just thought maybe because she's getting old that she ain't really barking no more. She would whine and whimper if she was hungry, but you don't know. So when the vet said that she had a throat infection, it's like, oh my God, she probably was in so much pain and you don't even realize. So I'm like, yes, you don't know. That's the only thing about pets. They can't tell you when they're in pain. I remember that was a situation with my sister, how my mom and dad discovered she had sickle cell when she was a baby because she would cry and cry and cry, and they didn't know why she was crying. Then when they took her to the hospital, they discovered that she had it. It's like babies can't tell you. Nobody can tell you. That's why I said with these animals, you get so attached and you be like, oh my God. Mm-hmm. Well, maybe I should start something. Oh, can I say something real quick?
Yeah.
Shout out to everybody on my page on Instagram and Facebook who this has nothing to do with my dog because I want to get off of that because I'm starting to get sad. But shout out to everybody who donated to my GoFundMe for Texas, for the Texas relief. I was laying across my bed. Was it last week? It may have been last week. And I was watching the news, and it was when the whole Ted Cruz situation was coming about, where he left Texas. Mm-hmm. And I'm watching, and I said, you know what? I want to do something for Texas so bad. And I got up and I said, you know what? Let me just create a GoFundMe. And within 2 days, I had raised $3,000, and I had only posted for $2,000. Shout out to all y'all who donated. Facebook, Instagram. Shout out to, I was going to send the money to Beyonce's Be Good because I didn't really want to send it to anywhere else. And I knew she was doing something. So I hit up Yvette, and shout out to Yvette. Yvette said to me, the Be Good campaign does not accept financial contributions. However, we are partnered with Bread of Life, Inc., and they do. So I'm going to send you the information to where you can send it to. And she sent me Beyonce, their family's pastor, because he's the one that's in charge. Rudy. Yep. Mm-hmm. And she sent me his email, whatever the case may be. Bread of Life, that organization has been about since 1992. I didn't know it's been around for that long. And they do a lot of amazing work. And so I just felt so good being able to contribute because I was just like, good, like this is going somewhere good and it's going to people who need it. You know what I mean? Whether it be they're using the money for food or clothes or whatever. Because I saw Tammy Roman, she had made a video of her house and how the pipes in her house had bust from and I said to myself, us up here in the Northeast, we're used to that kind of weather, so we know how to insulate our homes and our pipes. But down there in Texas, they're not used to that kind of weather. So when the cold weather comes, they don't insulate their pipes.
Yeah,
or things
you gotta
like
let
that.
your water keep running.
They don't let it. Yeah, they don't let their water drip at night. Some people probably think, "Oh, I'm not letting my water drip," but that helps to keep the pipes from freezing. You know, they don't do that because they're not used to that kind of weather. So I felt so bad, and I said, "You know, God, please, I just want to do something for these people." So shout out to those of you who did donate to my GoFundMe because I really, really appreciate it. I really do. I really do. I didn't think that I would raise that much money that fast.
Yeah, I'm glad that everybody, did something.
Yeah, I did.
Because it was bad. Like, we was talking about it last week. Just like, these homes are freezing, the pipes bursting. All you see is water everywhere.
Oh my God.
Water just creating all these ice sculptures in people's homes.
You see the elderly person who died in their backyard?
No, they was frozen to death.
Yep. They went in their backyard for something and never made it back to the house. Died in the backyard from the cold, what's her name? And the Uber Eats lady, I don't know if it was Uber Eats, but she went to deliver the food to this couple, and she went up. I don't know why people do this. I don't know why. But again, when you're not used to that weather, you don't know. But she drove up these people's driveway that was like a hill, icy hill. She ended up getting stuck. The guy came out the house to try to help her get unstuck. They couldn't get it, so they called AAA or whoever. They couldn't come out. They ended up keeping her in their house, and she was in her house. She was in their house for a few days, and they befriended each other. She ended up being somebody who could cook, so she cooked a couple of.
Oh
it was
my
really
God,
nice.
that's a beautiful story.
It was a nice story. It was a really nice story. But when I heard that she went up there, and I'm saying to myself, why would she? Everybody knows you don't go up no icy driveway. But then I said, this is Texas, and they're not used to that, so she don't know. I'm like, hello, you're going to get stuck. You go up that driveway, you're going to get stuck. And so, Jesus mercy. But that was a really nice story.
Right.
It was a really nice story.
Yeah, but see, you don't even see Texas on the news like that no more because now they go on to the next story.
Tiger fucking Woods. Yes. That's all you hear about. That's what I'm saying. Like, hello? I would rather hear about Texas than him. Like, come on. People get into car accidents every day. Let's talk about something important. Let's talk about how these people can donate to these people down there.
Joe Biden will be going to Houston, Texas on Friday. Good. So he's going to be visiting, and he's also going to be visiting some coronavirus sites. And today marked the 50 millionth COVID vaccination. So
I thought they were on 55 million.
No, they probably are, but they celebrated 50 million a day.
Yeah, because the other day I was trying, because I had lost count, and the other day I saw 55 million. But okay, but I know it's in the 50s, which is good.
Yeah, so I don't know that I don't think they're fully vaccinated, but I know that CNN had a tracker saying that 6% of America is fully vaccinated. So, are you fully vaccinated? Or
I'm not fully vaccinated as of yet. There was a mishap at my job where they contacted me. They contacted me the day that I was supposed to get the second vaccine, and then I missed the call because I was asleep. So then when I got in touch with them the next day, it was too late for me to come, but the nurse said, "Don't worry," because I'm like, "Well, I know it's supposed to be." He was like, "No, don't worry, you're fine. We're gonna put you in for another date." So I get it. I have to set up with the nurse who's in charge of it at my job. Set it up with her. But no, I'm not fully vaccinated yet. But I'm so excited because it's like, I saw that they were doing it at the Leah Core Center, and I saw the line, and I was like, "Oh my God, thank you, Jesus!" Like, I'm so happy that people are not paying attention to the negativity that's on social media from people who haven't gotten the vaccine. I'm so happy that people, and the majority of the people who have gotten it, who have commented, like on my post, they all have said the same thing that I said. The only thing that they've gotten is a sore arm from, and then that's going away within a matter of hours or a day, whatever the case may be. So I'm happy. I'm just happy. And my church did something with Penn Hospital where the members of my church were able to all get vaccinated.
Oh, wow.
But I had already gotten it. So, but I thought that was pretty awesome.
Yeah, your church definitely needed it.
Yeah.
Okay.
And
the average age is 85.
Yeah. And they all reach the criteria. Okay. So, but it was so good on Facebook when I saw all of them down there, and they were all taking pictures or whatever. I said, "Oh, this is dope. This is really dope." So
yeah, my friend, when he got vaccinated, he called me and tried to get me to come get a vaccination because they're only them things are only good but for so long. But I had missed that call.
Yeah.
But I'll get the vaccine soon, and with my job, they were saying, well, I can't tell you what kind of work I do, but they said, but because of the work I do,
you're gonna have to.
I could
get it for free.
Yeah, not free, but I could. There's a way I could jump the line to get it.
Well, I would imagine so because of in the setting that you work in.
Right.
You know what I mean? Me being an essential worker in a hospital, I would have automatically been able to get it whether I went with my church or not, even though I'm not of that age. But because I work in a hospital, I would have been considered an essential worker. So therefore, I would have been able to get it. But that's why I told people on my job, they're giving it to y'all voluntary, where a lot of people are having to pay for this. Take it. It's free.
I thought the vaccine was free. People paying to jump lines. That's what they doing.
Well, okay, not paying.
All
right, not paying. I'm sorry, not paying, but more so, there is a criteria for most places. So therefore, you have to wait. But here at the job, there is no criteria. If you want it, you should take it.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
If you I know that they was if you live in certain neighborhoods that are at risk or had high COVID numbers, that you can go down there and get your vaccine, because that line was full all day last Friday.
Lawyer course?
Yes, one of my friends stood in that line and got the vaccination, and he said he got in that line at 9:00 that morning. He didn't leave till about maybe midnight.
Midnight.
He was there all day. He was there.
Oh my God! Now at some point I'd have got out the line.
Yeah. I mean, that's not saying
I
how
know
your
me.
phones.
I'm not.
People,
I'm not somebody waiting.
But that's a testimony to people.
But he could have. What's the name too? You can also register because Deliverance on Lehigh, they were doing it too.
Yeah.
My aunt. I told my one aunt, and then she called my other aunt, which is older than her, and so she told my other aunt to go down there. So my other aunt went with one of her girlfriends, and my aunt said that while they were there were people that were jumping the line, but when they finally got to the front, they said, well, these people who jumped the line were people who were registered already, so they didn't have to wait in the line. So they could have been registered for a week or two, and then finally they were able to come and get it. And that's what my aunt that I told, that's what she did. She registered for her and my uncle. So I'm not 100% sure. I haven't seen her say that she got it yet. So she's just waiting now for them to hear her back. But I mean, her and my uncle they are of age, so they should be able to get it like pretty soon.
Yeah, and that black doctor, she is on it about everybody getting the COVID vaccine. Her name is Dr. Ayla.
She was the one at the lead course, right? Or no?
Yeah. She be everywhere. I mean, she be.
But that's what black people need to see. They need to see black. Yeah, they need to see black reputable doctors out here letting people know. Listen, hey, I'm not. You think I'm not going to do nothing to you wrong. It's just you get people on social media and they just spread lies, and people see it. They see it and they believe it, and then they retweet it or they reshare it on Facebook, and it's like, come on, y'all. Like, come on. It's then you talk to some people who are used to getting a flu shot, but they won't get this. And I'm like, well, it's a flu shot.
Right.
It's all it is, a flu shot.
I've never taken a flu shot. Nothing against the flu. I've never had the flu. Like, I've only been sick like one time in my life, like really, 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 really bad, and that was just for one day. Like, I've never had the flu, but I don't ever want to experience the flu because I hear
you got COVID.
Yes, that was horrible. But I mean, I didn't, like, I had symptoms, but I didn't have symptoms that would like make me feel like, oh my God, I'm going to die. Like, I could breathe. I wasn't coughing, but I did have the sniffles, and I did have a muscle ache and my nose burned. I couldn't taste the smell. So it took away my desire to eat and drink and all of that stuff.
I've never had the flu either, but I get vaccinated every year.
Yeah,
I get the flu shot, and when I got my flu shot last year in 2020, it was right towards the end, so it was like I'm already vaccinated because I get vaccinated towards the end of every year, for around flu season. So I was just
I wonder how that works if you got the flu shot and the vaccine.
You're not supposed to get. Oh, I didn't tell you. So the nurse, when I got my first vaccine, he explained to me, if you can still get the flu shot, but you can't get it close to when you get the vaccine. Like, for instance, if you get the vaccine in, let's say you get the vaccine in January, don't get the flu shot because your body, your body is already taking in this vaccine from this. Now, if you get the flu shot at the end of this year, fine, that's perfect. But don't get the flu shot close to when you got the vaccine because it's like defeating the purpose of getting it. I can't remember exactly everything he said. All I need to know was don't get the flu shot close to when you get the vaccine. And so I'm sharing that with y'all. Don't get no flu shot if you done got the vaccine in January and then you turn around and get the flu shot in February.
I'm about to say, and it's too late to get the flu shot in February.
Well, yeah,
anyway.
but I'm just making an example of
right
close of proximity.
How close
don't do that. Don't do that. Because again, like I said, the vaccine ain't nothing but a flu shot. And let me tell you something. You take it the same. Well, you never take it to flu shot. Anybody who's listening who's taking a flu shot, it's the same thing.
Yeah, I've taken my mom to get enough flu shots.
They poke you. They stick that vaccine in you, and your
you
arm hurts.
About how bad your arm.
Your arm is in pain, stiff for a few hours or a day, and then before you know it, you're fine. Mm-hmm. There's nothing wrong with me. I'm still crazy as hell. We're fine.
Right.
There's nothing wrong. Just I think people are just they're a little apprehensive, but I'm like,
get it done.
Ain't nobody dying from that.
Just get it done. So,
somebody had the nerve. I'm sorry. Somebody had the nerves to say, "Oh, well, what's the baseball player who died?"
Hank Aaron.
So this girl had the nerves to say, "Oh, I'm not getting the flu shot because Hank Aaron died a few days after he got the flu shot." I said Hank Aaron was 86 years old and died in his sleep. Okay, he did not die from a fucking vaccine. Mm-hmm. He died in his sleep at 86 years old, and his family came out and said that they didn't want nobody out here saying that he died from no vaccine because it's not true. He was sick, 86 years old.
Mm-hmm. That's old,
and he died in his sleep.
Right.
He lived.
Yeah, people going to use any type of thing. When it's time for me to get mine, I'm going to get it.
Yeah, he was old. He was old, whether he got the vaccine or not.
And can y'all just get this damn vaccine so we could get some type of, we ain't going to never have normalcy, but we need to have somebody. Because I'm going to be out there, like, when I get off work, I want to go have some drinks and stuff. I don't want to be
I don't want to
confined to a home all the time.
I don't want to. I want to be to where I can go back to restaurants to open back fully again.
Right.
Well, you know what I mean? I still can't believe that the movie theaters closed down for good.
Yeah.
Well, Riverview.
Yeah. Well, Riverview had to go anyway. I mean, it was old.
No,
it
they
was
redid
time
it over.
Child, they done redid it so many times. They need to knock it down and come back and try again. You know, you still had to wait in long lines for coffee.
Coffee
for popcorn and
that's true.
sodas and pretzels. Like, it's just like, remember that time we went to the movies? Lena sent us to the movie, and we was in that line for a long time. It didn't make no sense.
Not
how
me.
long.
You.
Oh yeah. I thought you was with me.
No,
but
you remember you went.
Yeah,
You
and
went.
I was in that line and looking at somebody who is an old mess. I mean, he really was. And just
he was behind the counter.
Yeah, but you know, I was kind of like, no, he wasn't behind the counter. He was just in line.
Oh.
And I was just shocked because
You remember him from back in the day.
yes, you know how people try to, use a photo and make them look like, I'm the trade, all this. And when he opened his mouth,
Oh my God.
and the way he was just talking, I just could not believe, like, oh, so you just be on here fraud.
Oh, was somebody you supposed to link up with?
No,
Oh.
bitch, you trying it. Now, come on now. I wouldn't be shocked. I wouldn't be shocked in 2020. What was it? 2019 when that movie came out? 2019.
Yeah.
Queen of the South.
That's a TV show.
Right.
Queen,
my
not
God.
Queen Sugar.
Bitch.
What the hell was the name of that movie, Lena? Oh my God, it's slipping my mind too. Oh my God, what's the name of it? Wait, hold on. What is the name of that movie?
It was the Queen. I can't remember. Oh,
Wait,
shit.
Yeah, hold on now.
Queen. Wait, don't tell me because I'm gonna remember it.
Queen and Slim. Yes.
Queen of the bitch,
Oh my God.
bitch, I was Queen of the Damned.
I was about to say that too. Queen of the Nile. And then that song that Whitney Houston sang, I'm Queen of the Nile.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. That was my song. Still is.
Yes.
That's the song that they don't play on the radio that they should.
No, I don't remember that song getting radio play.
Because
like
it wasn't
that.
it was a song that she sang that her character sang in the movie. But still it was just a song that her character sang in the movie. But it was on the soundtrack and you should have played it on the fucking radio because it was a good song. Hello? I'd love to hear her sing that.
Ooh, did you watch that Whitney special on Lifetime?
No, I don't
Yeah, me
watch no.
neither.
Yeah, I'm done.
tired of the
Let
Whitney
her
stuff.
rest. Let that
Okay.
woman rest. you know, it's like every time they come out with something different, it's a different. Oh, speculation. Oh, let her rest.
Everybody, Whitney was my godmother,
Right.
and this is my sister. She took care of us, like child.
What I did watch recently, though, I went on YouTube and watched her last video with Kelly Price, and I just got so teary-eyed when I watched it. I said, "Oh wow, like wow!" And I can't even imagine what Kelly Price went through at that very moment. But then the next day when she died, and realized, wait, her last time on stage was with me. Like, oh my God!
And they did sing a gospel song,
They
right?
sang, "Yes, Jesus loves me," but not even them, her.
Yeah. Just imagine like how that's just how God wrote it.
Yep.
That's just exactly how He wrote it, and she still remember Him to her last days.
That's why I said Whitney Houston. If I had to bet all the money I have in the bank on one celebrity, Whitney Houston is that one celebrity that I know for sure is in heaven. Okay, I know she's in heaven because ain't no way that woman never forgot where she came from. And Whitney Houston was the prime example of a saved Christian who struggled. A lot of people think just because you get saved and you are, that somehow that means that you don't struggle anymore. And that is the total opposite of it.
Everybody
struggles. And she was that person that was a testimony right there. She had struggled and struggled and struggled, but she never forgot God. And you know what Whitney Houston reminded me of? She reminded me of my pastor's mom. She died from dementia, and she had it real bad to the point that she couldn't remember any of them. but she always remembered God. She would start talking about God and and it would be like she don't remember nothing else, but she remember him. She remember him. People like that, it's like it's embedded in them. You know what I mean? And it's like, I know Whitney Houston went to heaven. It was her time to go. It was her time to go. And it's so unfortunate that she went the way she went. But it was like somebody like that, I think God said, you know what, if I keep her there any longer, she's gonna really self-destruct. She's gonna really self-destruct. Because look at how when they came out with the autopsy and she still had all that stuff in her system. And I thought about it and I said, you know what? Had she stayed here any longer, she probably really would have gone back down the wrong path, the way she was in the early 2000s. So I said,
that would have been bad.
Yeah, you know what I mean? It would have been bad. Because watching that Oprah interview from 2009, her last interview, and then when she died in 2012, it was kind of like, wait a minute, I thought she was done. But Wendy Williams told us, oh no. Because I used to be an addict, and I know that she has not quit.
Wendy said, I'm still an addict. Because you never really recover from being an addict.
But Wendy said it about her. And remember, a lot of people, including me, we got dug on Wendy's ass for trying to call Whitney out. But Wendy was right. She was right. She said, oh no, I can tell she's still doing it. And she was absolutely right. Wendy was right. And I said to myself, I will never question somebody who's lived their life, who's been there. Because I've never been there. I've never been there.
So if somebody used to be gay, you would know if they still...
I'm not even entertaining that. I'm not even going to entertain that.
Cause you get them all the time.
I
don't do that no more.
Yeah.
Oh really? Look at him. Look how he's still dressed.
And then don't get him. Oh my God! Don't let him be broke.
I hate you.
You got a couple dollars? I mean, I'm willing to do any.
Okay.
Oh, are you?
Let me tell you, I ran into some of those. Just minding my business.
Yeah,
no, minding my business.
Oh, are you? You told me you used to be. No, I'm just saying,
some of them are out there for cash now.
Yes, they are. Some of them.
Pay. It's a lot. Well,
Kevin, this one person I know, and I just could not believe. I wanted to jump in their business so bad and say, come on, what are you doing? But I said, mind your business, Makael.
You just paid them?
No, fuck no. I feel so bad because it's like, first of all, they're young. And my whole thing is you too young to be in the position where you out here doing whatever you need to do for some money. You know what I mean? Fill out a job application.
Yeah,
like, come on. Are you serious? Like, come on.
And it's not hard to get a job, especially during this time.
You know what it is, Kevin? A lot of them don't want to work certain places because they think these kids today, they live off of social media and they think that they're too good to work at places like a Wendy's or a McDonald's or anything that involves them putting on a uniform and whatever. They think they're too good. They're too good for it. They want to get that fast money like everybody else on social, or like everybody seems to portray that they're doing on social media. And it's like, no, you have to work. And I know when I started working, I had to start off, I never worked at a fast food, but I worked at Panera Bread, and that was close enough to a damn fast food. Yeah. Then I worked at Abercrombie and Fitch. I had to work my way up. I didn't just get you know what I mean? But these people think that they just going to graduate from high school, not go to school, and then just go straight to the money. It's like, no, it don't work like that. It don't work like that. Somewhere. You got to work somewhere. You got to start somewhere.
If you're not going to work, you got to have a hustle somewhere. And when I think about it, like, I think we all got to hustle somewhere.
Yeah, but a lot of them, their hustles is them selling their bodies. Yeah, and they're too young for that.
Or drugs.
Or drugs, yeah.
And you don't want to do that. Like, you got to have a way where you can make money on the side. And my sister is good at that. My nephew's good at that. I'm good at that.
Right.
My niece. We all out here doing, like, it's not just one freaking job.
Right.
You gotta find a way to get money from all avenues. Try to do it. If you can't, bitch, try. Like, some people say, well, I don't want to quit my job because I want to go after my passion. There's a way to have a job and go after your passion at the same damn time to where your passion can make more than what your regular job is giving or bringing in for you. So it's a way around all of that. But what I don't have respect for is people out here robbing and killing people
Right.
just for a couple dollars. Like, that shit ain't cool. And, I was shocked because I was in my house minding my business, and Makael was about 45 minutes, 50 minutes late. So he calls my phone, and I'm in the bathroom. So I'm like, oh, well, he got to wait because I'm not running out to go get this phone. And he called my phone like back again. And then when I get to my phone and tell him, hold up, wait a minute. He's telling me something's going on outside. And I'm like, well, what the hell are you talking about? And he's talking about somebody just asked me to call the cops because he said this guy that was just with her, I thought he was with her, but he was trying to rob her. And I'm like, hold up, wait a minute. I need to start carrying something with me because
Right.
I don't want to get robbed either.
But you don't pay attention, though.
No, I mean, I no trust. I pay attention, okay? I'm out here, because I leave out for work early in the morning. The sun is still down. The sun is down when I leave out, and the sun is down when I get back sometime. And, it's just crazy, like, for that to be happening. It sounds like Makael, was he black? And Makael was like, no. I was like, so I said, wait, he was white. And
the fact that you thought he was black,
shocked,
you tried it.
Because I wanted to know what was going on.
It be your own people.
I want to know what was going on.
Like, can't nobody white rob nobody.
Yeah, I'm saying, though,
You tried it.
yeah, I did try it.
You tried it.
Because there's been a lot of stuff going on right now. No, when you look on that,
Then when they say it, we get mad.
Yeah, when you look on that, when you look on that app that comes up, because they say they be like teenagers out here doing stuff. So I'm like, well, I'm fortunate that nothing never happened to me. And then it's like, you ain't got to worry about that. Don't know stuff happen around here, blah, 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 blah. And I look on that thing, gunshot here, a couple miles away. Like, it's just be like, it's too damn close, okay? Somebody always getting carjacked. Like, it's just always something going on. But this time, it really hit close to my porch. And I don't have time for that, So I'm just going to be extra careful when I'm out here. It do make
you
me,
have to.
Yeah, like I always pay attention to my surroundings, but for it to be that close, like Makael told me, he's like, he could have, when she asked him to call the cops, he could have came over to Makael. Like, no, we got to do something. Mm-hmm. And I used to tell Makael, you need to be careful when you park because it's be robberies going on around here. Now, I know I told him that. Like, it's just, I don't know. You think it's quiet until it's not quiet.
Well, people rob people everywhere. That's why I said when white folks used to always say, "Oh, nothing happens in this neighborhood. We leave our doors unlocked." Why would you ever leave your front door unlocked? I don't give a fuck what neighborhood you live in. I don't give a fuck if there wasn't a neighbor for miles from you. Don't leave your doors unlocked.
Right.
I don't feel safe with my front door unlocked because anybody can walk in your house. I'll never forget one day I was driving. And I seen this guy walking past cars, and as he was walking past the cars,
he was lifting the thing,
lifting the handles, just lifting the handles as he was walking by. That's what people do to your houses too. They come and knock on your door, act like they knock on the door, and then start twisting the doorknob.
Yeah, but that was before the ring came along, But some are still bold.
Some of them still bold. Look at people's houses still getting broken into with the ring along, and it don't make it no better that everybody got to wear a mask now.
Sure
So you really can't identify nobody.
Right.
That's why I'm shocked that they got that guy right
because
there.
they knew. Let me tell you something. But I said this the other day when I was live. When the cops, when they want you, they will catch you. Because you do something to one of their own, it's going to be a nonstop investigation on how to find your ass. And what they did was basically they put the cameras together, and that's how they found where he was at. They seen that he raped this. Okay, so if y'all don't know, if y'all not from the city, this man raped a woman inside of a Center City, Philadelphia Macy's. And he hid in the bathroom for at least 20 minutes before
the women's room.
Yeah, in the women's bathroom before the lady went inside. And she was in her own stall, so that means he had to be hiding inside of a stall. And he climbed over the stall to where she was. And he had meat skewers, and he told her, don't say anything.
What is a meat skewer?
Them little things you poke the meats with. And
then turned around and raped her.
Yeah.
While she's using the toilet. Ew.
Yeah.
That's a different kind of nasty. Because I'm just like, I don't even want to have sex with nobody who just came out of the bathroom. And then you think I'm going to rape you while you using the toilet? She could have been doing anything while she was using that toilet.
When it comes to rape, I don't think that men care about none of
that.
They want what they want.
Disgusting. Ugh.
It's
and then you don't,
struggle.
and I know for a fact you ain't got no condom on, so you just sticking your thing into something that you don't even know what you're sticking it into. She could be on her menstrual. She could be.
Yeah, but this is a 55-year-old woman. I don't think she's on her menstrual.
55-year-old women still are on their menstrual. Some of them don't stop until maybe their late 50s.
Oh my God. I don't. You know what? Let's move on. No, let's move on.
Hello?
I don't want to think about that. But I'm
just saying, I know it. I got a mother. My mother's not 60 yet.
Oh my God.
Remember, I had to school you about penny liners. Yeah.
Well, I don't need to know about. Well, look, I'm sure at 55, ain't nobody producing children like that. Okay.
But I'm saying that I don't think that it's it's you're on your way out the door with it. But there are 55-year-old women who still have menstruation.
I would think you would hit menopause by then, but.
Well, I mean, listen.
Yeah, but listen. So she's 55. Her husband's on the first floor shopping. She's on the third floor. She's in the third floor. They said the Senate parliamentarian has ruled against including the increase of minimum wage in the COVID relief bill. I don't know what that means, but if they saying we can't get that $15, that's some bullshit. But back to this rape. So he did that to her, and from the cameras, they had him leaving the Macy's, getting on the L train, getting off the L train, getting on another bus. Like him he was just, but you know what, Makael? He was just doing things as if nothing had happened.
Yeah, that's why they caught him too, because and it did say in your 50s too, it could end. So I mean, it could end at any age in your 50s. But he also, because I noticed too, everywhere he went, I said it. Everywhere he went where there's a camera. He was inside of a corner store where there was a camera. He went on the L immediately where there was a camera. He went everywhere where there was a camera. Like, so it wasn't really that hard to find him because he had a mask on, but he wasn't dressed unusual. So I'm sure anybody who recognized him probably was like, wait a minute, that's so-and-so. Yeah, somebody recognized him.
And to find out he's only 22
years old. You mean tell me at 22 you couldn't get no ass?
Yeah, he threw his whole life away.
At 22. And then the picture, I mean, he wasn't ugly, but he wasn't bad looking. So I'm sure one of these girls out here would have gave him some ass. You know what I mean? That's what I think about. Like, how you 22 years old raping somebody?
Yeah. You sound just like one of my coworkers. He couldn't be on.
That's what I'm saying. Like, when I saw him, when they showed the camera of him at the when he was on the platform at the train station, I said to myself, the way he's dressing, the way he walking like he might be, you know. And I'm thinking to myself, when I finally saw his face and I saw his age, I said, wait a minute. You mean to tell me this guy, he's not ugly, but he's not cute. He's like an average looking hood dude. Somebody's baby father. That's what he looked like. A hood girl's baby father. And I'm thinking to myself, you mean to tell me he couldn't get some ass at 22 years old? He looked like he was in a good physical physique too. He looked like he had a nice body. You can't get no ass. You got to jump and hide through stalls to rape somebody. Like, come on. What is that? What is going on? It got to be a mental thing.
Yeah, because I'm gonna say it has to be a little bit deeper than just sex.
It's mental, because it's like, ain't no way on earth you 22 years old and you out here raping somebody. Like, come on. And then on top of, like I said, he didn't look like he was.
Yeah, you could be the finest man and you still out here raping people.
Yeah, but it's I'm sure if he would have told some girl out in the street, you know, I feel like I'm about to go rape somebody, that girl probably said, yeah, nobody, I'll give you some ass.
Yeah.
Why would you go rape somebody? I'll have sex with you. Mm-hmm. It's like a thrill for some of these guys.
It is, and it's the thrill for power.
Can you imagine somebody jumping over a stall while using the bathroom?
No. First of all, I'm already in the stall.
First of all, this girl made a very
I'm in
good
the stall,
point.
I'm in there for a reason.
This girl made a really good point. She said, and it's so true. See, if you're not from Philly, then you're not really aware. But this particular Macy's, bathroom is on the top floor of the Macy's, and it's in a secluded area.
Let me tell you,
and it used to be this thing some years ago where the men in the men's room used to be having all types of sexual stuff going on, to the point where they had to put security in the bathroom, not outside the bathroom, but in the bathroom, because it was going so bad. That's why I said, when I heard this story, I said, well, damn, there's security up there. And the girl said, oh no, there's no security up there no more. And I'm like,
let me tell you,
what the hell?
They used to put people's faces in the newspaper if he was in their Macy's doing shit. Mm-hmm. And I mean, it's notorious. I mean, there's a lot of notorious places in Philly for the bathroom scene. But this Macy's was definitely one,
Mm-hmm.
and the Strawbridge that
Wanamaker.
used to,
Yep.
yeah, they used to be.
But
down
that
the street,
Wanamaker's,
yeah.
that one was on the news.
Mm-hmm.
That one was on the news. When I told the girl about the Macy's, she was like, "Oh my God, I never heard about it." I said, "Yeah." Then I tagged my friend. I said, "My friend, he used to work there. He can tell you." And he jumped in and said, "Oh yes, I know all about
now,
it."
what was Macy's called before it was Macy's? Because it used to be a Hex. It used to.
You mean
be
that building?
That building, because it wasn't just Macy's.
Well, it's been Macy's as long as I've been alive, so I don't know.
No, it had a couple names that before it was just Macy's, straight out Macy's. Strawbridge and Clothier was down the street. Then they got bought out by somebody, and what did they become? Because it wasn't Strawbridge and Clothier before it was closed. What was that called?
I don't know, but Strawbridge's has always
they've-
been Strawbridge since I was a kid. Because me and my grandmother used to go to that Strawbridge.
Yeah, but it's had different names.
But that was years ago. Because
Right.
I don't know how you would remember that. Because my grandmother died in '94, and we used to get on the 47 and go to that Strawbridge. You only a year older than me. That's what I'm saying.
Do you remember when there was a Woolworth downtown?
No, because
on
that
Market
Woolworth
Street?
closed years before we were born, and I looked it up.
No, Woolworth was
It's that.
actually open.
It's that. It's now that bowling alley.
Probably so.
It is. It's that bowling. It's the bowling alley, and it's
I
a
thought it was
furniture
on
store.
Market Street, but yeah, I remember going to Woolworth.
No, it's not on Market Street. It's on that street.
It was on.
It's on.
So that's Chestnut.
Yeah, it's where across the street from that
Like where
Mexican
they made
restaurant, Chima's.
No, you mean Fogo de Chao.
Fogo de Chao. Oh,
And
you
I
know what
want
it
to go
is?
there so bad.
You know what it is? The Woolworths is on the other side of the Macy's. Macy's entrance has two entrances. The Market Street entrance, and then the back
Chestnut
part
Street.
is the Chestnut, and the Woolworths was directly across the street on the Chestnut entrance.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yes.
But I remember used to go downtown. We used to take the 33. Me and my mom, we used to go to church. When
When y'all went down there?
we used to go to downtown after church. That's when she fucking played me. She tried me that time. So it was Christmas time, and at the church we caught the bus on the corner of the block where we live now, which is so strange. But so we went downtown, and she had the papers. She like, "Do you want the Nintendo or do you want the Super Nintendo?" Who is that?
Yeah, I made a mistake. That's in my life.
Wait a minute. She said, "You want the Nintendo or the Super Nintendo?" Of course, I said the Nintendo. So you know what she bought? The Nintendo instead of the Super Nintendo. But I got the Super Nintendo that next year. But I just remember, because that gallery had all the stores, but we got that Nintendo from KB. And I remember I looked in the closet one time, and I seen that I had that Super Nintendo. And Charlie and them thought that they had a Super Nintendo, and no, that wasn't for them. And then when
They should have known you wasn't sharing.
yeah, okay. But then when we got older, but they had their own stuff.
Imagine living in a house with you grown up.
No, but they had their own systems. You know, I just didn't play with them. And at that time, they were a little bit younger than me, so they minds wasn't like where I was at in video games to like sit there and have a game going on with me. But like I remember, I couldn't play video games during the week. I had to get my video game to my mom. So on Fridays when I come home from school until Sunday at 8 p.m., I couldn't play video games. I mean, I could play my video games. So I would be up all night with video. I would pause that video game, go to sleep, and wake up and start playing again until Sunday night. And sometimes invite friends over and stuff like that. But yeah, that Macy's is legendary. That's downtown in that building for men just doing stuff. Even I don't want to start naming places because I ain't never been in these bathrooms, but
They were all like on the news. So
yeah, I mean you got Suburban Station,
yeah, I was about to say even
30th Street.
Yeah.
Oh my God, like
And 30th
it's
Street. Let me tell you something.
them bathrooms are legendary.
It's so sad because somebody that I know was recorded at the 30th Street station, and it was posted all on the internet.
But
And-
somebody be posting them videos.
Yeah, and I wrote him and I said there is a video of you on the internet floating. He said, "Yeah, I know." I just was just so like shocked, and I'm gonna tell you why I was so shocked.
Oh my God.
Yep. And I think by the time I hit him up, he had already heard about it, so he was just kind of like, "I've already
is
know.
what it
It is what it is now. It is what it is." And I just was like, "Oh my God!" Like, and it was at 30th Street. It was at 30th Street, and I felt so bad for him. But I said, "You know
be
what?"
like that person. I'm like, they gotta know they're being recorded because it's like the person is.
Well,
over
he
top.
knew. He knew because he looked in the camera when the video was sent to me. He looked in the camera because it was somebody that we all knew, and he looked in the camera, and so he knew. But I don't think he knew that it was going to end up where it ended up. I think sometimes people would just be in the moment. You know what I mean? Like some of these girls that be letting these guys record them, and they just be in the moment, not realizing, sweetheart, he's going to post it somewhere. He's going to send it to one of his friends, and one of his friends going to either post it or he's going to post it somewhere.
But the titles be so horrible. Yeah. North Philly thought, but
that's to keep you from finding it.
Yeah, but I mean, it's so, and these girls just be on their camera. I'm like, oh my God. And the guys don't even be doing, like, to me, they don't be doing nothing spectacular. No. You know? I'm just trying to be music.
Wait a minute. Wait. Oh my
God. I can't even be that music. Because I see a never mind. I'm not gonna review it. So Bobby Shmurda is out on bail. Out on bail. He's been released. And someone asked,
I don't think this is.
Somebody asked, what do you think? Like him being celebrated from being home. Do you think it's a good thing or bad thing? Well, from the stuff that I was looking up, I don't think that he murdered anybody. I think he was arrested on like gun charges or whatever. I be reading up on all of these rappers, but I don't know if it was an attempt or whatever. But he didn't kill anybody. He served his time. He's been going for 7-8 years. He paid his debt to society, and now he's out. And first of all, I'm glad that his fans do remember him, because you got some rappers who come out with a hit and you never hear from them again. You never see them again. But his power is so strong that he had got a new Instagram, and I think it had like 900,000 followers. And once he was released, he had over 3.2 million followers. So that's 2.3 million followers in a day. That means that he has some power. I don't know his music like that. I probably still won't know his music, but I hope that he can capitalize off of this, because you want to see people win. You went to jail. He didn't kill anybody. I don't want to see him out here failing. He still got his record deal. He's doing his thing, I guess, to get 3 million followers.
And people have been waiting for Bobby Shmurda to get out of jail. They really have. I mean, people have been. I remember when Trump said he was going to pardon Kodak Black, and people were like, well, what about Bobby Shmurda? And I said, oh my goodness. Why?
And Kodak Black, I can't stand him. Like, he so
looks a mess.
Ugly, and like, if you know somebody fucking him is for his money, Did you
hear about that girl?
What?
Kevin. First of all, I was trying to figure out what the fuck was going on, because I couldn't comprehend. Whoever Kodak Black is with now, some guy was with her. She was with some guy on Valentine's Day. I don't know who proposed to who, but by the next day, she was all laid up with Kodak Black. And the guy, wait, I'm lying. She wasn't with him for Valentine's Day. The guy had posted this beautiful spread for her for Valentine's Day on a yacht and all this stuff. And she ended up dumping him and going with Kodak Black the next day and posted it all over social media. I was trying to figure out who the guy was. I was trying to figure out who she was. But apparently he was somebody, because he was all over social media. He was with her. They were dating. Everybody knew they was dating. And then the very next day, she was all laid up kissing Kodak Black. I said, oh,
he's not even a cute cockroach to kiss. Like, ew.
It was so, I couldn't believe it. That's how you know, like you just said, these girls are with him for his money.
It's like nothing attractive about him. He doesn't even say anything like, damn, he a good thinker. Like, ew. If I fuck with somebody like that, y'all better, never mind. Don't knock my bag. I can't do it, though. I can't do it. Okay, so if somebody, like, what would somebody have to do for you to come back to them 8 years later?
What would somebody have to do for me to come back to them 8 years later?
They go to jail.
That's a long time.
Okay.
8 years later. Now,
you got to date the worst of the worst There's just nothing out there.
Well, first of all, if you go to jail for 8 years, please don't expect me to be just sitting around waiting for you for 8 years. That's one. Okay.
Okay, because you are Makael.
I'm just saying. And things have to be done. Get done.
Period.
Okay. So don't think I'm just gonna be sitting there waiting for 8 years. Okay.
Can you sing that song by Candy? Don't think I'm not.
No, I can't. Because I'll sound like her. Because neither one of us have vocal ability.
I'm gonna say, do you sound better?
So yeah, but if you are one of those people that's like, listen, I already know that you out here doing your thing. Well, listen, you better know I was out here doing my thing.
Okay.
But then I have to be aware that just because you just got out of jail and you laid up with me, don't mean that you ain't gonna be out here doing your thing once you get back established
or
in the
you wasn't
world.
out there laid up in there with somebody else.
Well, I don't want to think that far, but I'm just saying, you because everybody's not like that in jail. But I will say this. I'm not naive enough to think that, now that you out of jail, that you just gonna be with me. No, because now that you out of jail, you got some money in your pocket, you done took a shower, you got some nice clothes on, you're gonna be out here in these streets. You're gonna start seeing stuff, and you're gonna be after it because you've been in jail for so long. And for me to think that, you just gonna be with me after you done got out of jail after being in jail for 8 years, I would be a fool to think that.
Yeah, well, Sheree got her
Oh
prison
God,
back.
well, a fool.
That's why I asked these questions.
Yeah, I know where you were going. I saw it.
Tyrone.
And did she do something with her face?
I don't know. I don't know.
Because it looks a little different.
I don't know who's going to snatch her up. I don't care if she go to WeTV. I don't care if she go to Bravo. This is a train wreck, and we need to see how it ends. Sheree is back with the guy, Tyrone, who we looked at her like a fool for waiting for him. And she said if it depends on how long he goes, she's not going to wait too long. And he only, he got out 2 years later due to the pandemic. But if it wasn't for this pandemic, so many people wouldn't be out of prison. And, Sheree, get it how you get it. Get it how you get it. But I gotta think though, Sheree, there's so much better men you could have met, especially while being on the show and while you were off the show. Mm-hmm. Come on now.
And she's not a bad looking woman.
No,
either.
She's not.
She's not a bad looking woman at all. She's a beautiful woman, has a nice body, nice face. She's not a bad looking woman. I don't know what she's doing nowadays. Yeah. So I don't know where her income is at, but she's
just saying that, I just want prison dick. Right.
Well, I mean, he ain't had none in a while, so he probably fucked the shit out of her.
Yeah, but I'm sure she can get it from all that dick in Atlanta. I know she got gay dick, straight dick, crooked dick, like all.
That dick is new to her. This is new dick. It's been going for 8 years, so that's new dick. Can you imagine the first time they had sex after he got out of jail?
No, but it better be.
Can you imagine?
All I can think of is better
after
be good,
8 years of,
because you want to try everything.
After 8 years of being locked up, if you finally get the release in something, oh my goodness.
Well, Makael, I don't plan on ever going away for 8 years.
Well, not you, but I'm just saying, if you be with somebody who was locked up for 8 years.
I mean, I've been away from people for longer than 8 years and came back, and
Well, that's different.
I know.
But I'm saying I'm saying the person who wasn't able to get any for 8 years. You know what I mean? Like he's finally get to be with a woman after 8 years.
Well, it better be good. It'd probably be like 4 seconds because they just getting out. They don't know.
I would listen. Listen, I'm not even judging because he's been locked up for so long. I'm not judging.
So, never mind. I know where I was going, but I don't want to go. But how is that friend?
What friend?
That one. Is he all right? Like, remember when we used to ride together and they called your phone?
Oh my God, remind me.
I don't remember their name, but you told me about this person. Oh, and they would call you all the time.
Oh yeah,
he been sentenced.
Mm-hmm. I didn't know until one of our mutual friends hit me up, and I Googled it. Yep. I feel bad. And the sad thing about it, Kevin, didn't have no kids or nothing. You didn't have nothing. You didn't have no kids. You were young. You just turned 30. Actually, no, because you turned 30 in jail. You were young when you got arrested. No kids, no nothing. They'll be like in their 50s, probably 50s or early 60s when they get out. Yep. It's so sad. It's so unfortunate. Nice looking. They actually somebody posted a picture. I think he had his cousin on his page. She posted a picture of him in jail. Oh, it must have been in the stories because it's not on the page.
Any picture of him on the page?
Yeah. Well, these are old pictures though. These are old pictures because he didn't get no new pictures. So these are like old pictures from like 6-7 years ago. When
I'm mad at that fucking thing right there.
me too. I was so mad he got that.
Oh my God!
Like, why would you get that?
You know what?
Oh, I was so mad when he got that. Yep. Threw his whole life away. And I kept telling him, you need to come back to Philly. You need to come back to Philly. He said, I can't come back because I ain't got nowhere to stay. I said, I just don't think those people out there that you hanging with, they not your real friends. Social media has cousin post on social media. Oh yeah, I'm gonna stop reaching out to people because I see they don't reach out to me unless I'm thinking to myself, why are they gonna reach out to you? You in jail. Who they calling?
Yeah.
The fuck? I guess meaning writing them, but
and you got away with them because I mean, a lot of these people talk to you and they don't listen.
And no. See, I try to explain to these guys that stop thinking that these guys that you call your bros and stuff are your friends. They just there for a good time. Y'all all just getting this money together, and then once you get one of y'all die or get booked, they ain't thinking about you no more. It's not no all that free, my bro, all that. No, they're not doing anything by putting no money on your books or nothing like that. So it's like, come on, that should let you know right then and there what this was really about.
If anything, I do anything, I hope I put money on my books.
Well, you have a different, but you know, you have friends. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
these wasn't his friends.
Stupid,
They wasn't his friends. You weren't. You didn't know these guys. They weren't even from Philly. You didn't know none of these guys. You hanging out with them, and then you get booked. Y'all all on. It's a mess. And I kept telling him, but that day when I knew something was up, when he hit me up and said, "I can't talk. I can't tell you." I'm going through something, and I can't say it on the phone because I don't know who listening. I said, well, who the fuck would be listening on this damn phone? This is before he got booked. And I said, oh, yes, he done did something wrong. Lord have mercy.
Well, Makael be trying to school them.
I do.
He give them babs and everything.
I do. I don't physically give them babs, but I point them in the direction of a tub.
and show them some things later.
Listen, I said they still... I said, I can't. It's but so much, Kevin, I can say and do.
All right, period.
It's but so much. It's just, and I hate to say I told you so, right. But I told you so.
Yeah, I don't get it. Like, but some of these young boys, like, I don't know if they like going back to prison.
It's
I don't know,
but you know what?
It's
not even really prison, Kevin. It's more so the fast money. He had actually got a good job. At one point, he was working with the trash people. And he did that for maybe about 2 or 3 weeks. And then when he quit, I said, why'd you quit? Oh, because that's not for me. What are you talking about? You're making some money, right? What are you talking about that's not for you? These people, it's fast money that they're looking for. They want that fast money, that fast money, that fast money.
Yeah, I mean.
And it's like, come on. Like, that fast money is not getting you nowhere but
and
two
that
places.
Fast money ain't going to get you the death,
the cemetery, or jail.
And then another thing, it ain't gonna give you no Social Security when you get old.
They're not thinking about that though, Kevin. They're not thinking that far because a lot of them don't expect to live that long.
Well, you better start thinking about it because some people live a long time.
But then when you out on the street, a lot of them don't live that long.
No.
Think about it. You got more deaths now. You got more young people dying than old people.
You got more young people dying than old people because young people don't know how to fucking fight. Young people like to solve their differences by pulling out a gun and shooting and killing people. Like, you be raising a bunch of punk ass pussies. Everybody got to go get a gun. If you disagree with somebody, they got to shoot you. Like, what's up with that? You know, at least for the gays, the gays ain't out here killing nobody like that. The gays, they will argue, they will fight, you will get jumped, and you still will live, okay? You just got to be careful the next time. And then the next time your crew, you see somebody, they want to be jumping. The fight can be ongoing for a long time. But one thing you don't hear about is nobody like, yeah, we shot him. And, you don't hear about that. But y'all straight people, I don't know what's wrong with y'all. All y'all want to do is shoot and just kill people for no reason. Put so many people in pain. Like, it doesn't just, you might kill that one person, but you affect so many people that know that person. These parents, I don't know what y'all out here doing, but y'all need to teach our children how to fight. And stop letting these children be influenced by the wrong people. And there's no way teenagers should be walking around with guns trying to rob people. Come on, be more involved in your children's lives. Now I can say that parents because I'm not a parent, but it happens somewhere. It starts in the home. Like what the fuck is going on at home? And I'm not blaming you, but come on, you gotta step it up. Whoever the parent is, you know your children out here doing wrong. You can't be out there defending that shit. You know your child. Just like I know my goddamn nieces. If a teacher is saying they do this, and you know for sure, they say, you know, the children say, oh, they lying. But I say, no, you do it at home. Mm-hmm. So I know they ain't fucking lying. Mm-hmm. Come on, you know your motherfucking child.
That's right.
Come on.
You ain't got to tell me about nobody I know.
Yep. But we got to step it up. Even as a community.
They want to be their kids' friend.
You can't be your child's friend. We got to, as a community, we all need to, you know, help each other. Like, I thought that this pandemic would help bring communities closer. You know what it did? All it did was brought more violence to the goddamn city. All you see is shoot, kill. You know, like, it's just too much. It's just too much. Now people want to be raping old women. Come on. We got to step it up as a city. And you know what? We need to put people in office that care because none of these people ain't out here on TV talking about nothing. I see Sheree Street more than anybody I see that works for the city of Philadelphia, including our mayor. Now, that's just crazy. I'm seeing Sheree Street. Sheree fucking Street. I only want to see his dad, John Street, who's the former mayor of Philadelphia. But I'm saying him more than anything. Then you got somebody, what's this, Malcolm Kenyatta want to run for state. He want to run for the U.S. Senate.
Don't do it, because we might have to have him on.
Yeah, we might have to have him on one day. But I want to know, what is he going to do for his city now? What is he doing about his district? And you want to run for senator?
Which district does he represent?
Mine.
Does he really?
Yes.
Oh, yeah, he does. Yep.
Well, my old district.
But you ain't never see him around there.
No, I never met the guy day in my life.
You should write him and tell him that. Say, you know, sir, I lived around there all my life, and I've never seen you, and you represent our district. What have you done for our district? Mm-hmm. You know, when have you showed up for anything? I would say that. I would write him and tell him that, and see what he say back.
He got the nerve to have an office right there at Progress Plaza. You know, well, Progress. What's the new name for Progress Plaza?
I don't know. I'll go by the old
where
name.
the Fresh Grocer at?
Progress Plaza.
Progress Plaza.
That's what it's called.
No, it's not Hope. That's
Progress Plaza. That's the name.
Progress
of it.
Plaza.
Yeah. Shit. We don't go by no old new names. It's still a gallery. Ain't no fucking fashion district. It's the gallery.
Yes,
it's
the
still.
gallery.
It's still Franklin Mills Mall. Oh, the Philadelphia Mills Mall. No, Franklin Mills.
Oh, I didn't even know they changed Franklin Mills' name.
Yes, when they did it over, they changed it and it's called Philadelphia Mills. No, it's Franklin Mills.
Okay.
What's Franklin Mills? Franklin Mills. Fuck you mean? I don't know Philadelphia Mills. Fuck out of here. You tried it.
Andre Leon Talley.
That's what my mom and them used to do with me with Cecil B. Moore. They say no, Columbia
Avenue. Okay.
I say Cecil B. Moore. I say no, it's Columbia Avenue. Okay, It's not Cecil B. Moore. I just said my mom. What's Aunt Dot's number? I can't remember her. AB253. Wait, she's ABG5 number. What?
Yes.
Tell me the numbers, not the letters.
Because they can't remember seven numbers.
That's how my mom knew. My mom knew my grandmother's sister. And it's so funny because every time I asked my mom for my grandmother's sister number when she was alive, she would always give me the letters, and I would hate it. And then I'd ask somebody else, and they do the same thing. Yeah. They say, "Dad, y'all old school talking from AB5,
CE5,
what?
blankety blank, blankety blank."
Oh my god! Like what?
Do you remember when we started having to dial the area code?
Yeah, I remember that.
Numbers?
Yep. Yes, I do.
I'm like, what is going on
because
with
that? I remember our phone number years ago when we used to live in this apartment building, it used to be 440-0772. That was our phone number, 440-0772. And I remember when it went from that to having to dial 215. And that was so weird because you were so used to just dialing that. Kind of like the internet. When it started out, you had to put www.
Yeah.
Now you don't have to put www. But I remember when you had to put www, because if you didn't put that, it wouldn't take you no fucking where.
Okay. Period.
It wouldn't take you nowhere. Now you don't have to put www. All you got to do is type in the first two letters, and it'll pop.
Yep, pop right on there.
Right on
Sometimes like suggested,
Yep.
Siri suggested site. Girl, shut up. How you not looking for Pornhub?
Yes.
She's a fucking mess because we know what you like to do.
Mm-hmm.
It's too much computers.
Yeah, it is.
And you see this thing? I had to close. You see, it got it has a camera on there. It's an Echo Show 5.
Oh yeah, you close that while I'm in here.
It's closed. You see that white thing? It's closed.
Where?
Because I think it's listening right there.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah, you make sure you don't do nothing. Well, you don't sleep in that bed anyway. You do everything over here.
Right.
Yeah, and it's not. And that camera don't pick up that angle.
No, and I don't like that blanket no more. First of all, I got bleach on it. Cause I was cleaning it because it was like I don't know how.
What happened to the old quilt? The quilt.
The quilt is one right there and one is in the closet.
No, I'm saying the original. Oh, the original one.
Yeah, it's I took it off. You know, I had to change. I don't sleep on it anyway like that. Actually, I slept on this bed today. I was supposed to.
Was it comfortable?
Yeah. You know what though? I can't lay on my stomach on it. I have to lay on my back. Because if I lay on my stomach, my back will, like, it's like I don't know how to explain it. But, yeah. But first of all, Makael, I got on my scale today. So we're supposed to be doing this, weight loss thing at work. Now, this is like maybe the second time in my adult life, I don't see myself as big as I really am. So I got on the scale today. Can you guess what that scale said?
Is it big or less?
It's a high number.
Not 220.
It's higher than that.
What?
Yes.
How? When I'm sure I'm bigger than you.
My scale said.
Where's your scale?
It's at work. Oh. It's at work.
I need to weigh myself. I'm afraid to weigh myself.
It said that I am 242 pounds.
How?
I don't know.
You don't even look it.
I think it's in my stomach.
Did you do it with your shoes on?
Yeah, but even when I went to my friend's house on Sunday, the scale said 245 pounds.
Oh, you did it with your shoes on? You supposed
to? I had my shoes off at my friend's house. Now I was mad because I was just like, I don't look like I weigh this fucking much.
Oh, she died 3 days before her 90th birthday. Oh,
who
wow.
that?
This lady, I know her grandma.
No, you on that funeral page?
No. This is on her page. She posted her grandma's thing.
Yeah, it said 245, and then I was just like in shock because I remember when I was 240, like my face was fat as fuck, like shit just didn't look right. But I really carry my weight in my stomach and in my face because I can't see where I'm carrying all this weight. Like I don't see it.
But that's how I am. All my weight is in my stomach. Mm-hmm. And that's what when people see me, the first thing they do is say, "Oh my God, look at your stomach," because I'm not big. It's just my stomach.
Yeah,
stomach is huge.
Yeah, I don't want nobody lifting up no stomach now.
Me
so
neither.
I got to get it to that's why I'm like we got to get it together. So me and my coworkers, we're gonna be doing our little fitness for March. So I'm gonna cut out a lot of drinking. I'm gonna be drinking, and that includes coffee at work, like all that sugar and stuff I put in my coffee, and eating them Wawa sandwiches and all that bullshit. I'm gonna go shopping, and I'm gonna get my list. I'm gonna get the healthy foods, and I'm gonna turn that shit around. Cause I don't feel 240 pounds. I really don't feel that fucking much. I don't, but I am. So and I always said I would never let myself get back to that weight, and here I am again.
Can I say something real quick?
Yes, you
Talk
can.
about up and down. My credit score went up 75 points.
What the hell you was doing?
Paying shit that needed to be paid. Okay, bitch.
I know that's right.
I looked at that thing and it said 75 points. I said, mother. And then I have Credit Karma and Experian on my phone.
I hope you ain't looking for, don't believe in the Credit Karma.
No.
Credit Karma,
listen, both of them.
Okay.
I said, thank you, Jesus.
Oh, you about to buy this house, right?
Listen, I need to get a little bit more, Kevin. But I was excited. But, yeah, we almost done because I got to go.
Don't rush to get up out of here. You ain't been here in 3 weeks.
Well, I'm saying I got to go because it's at 9:30. But I still got to go get something to eat.
What time is it?
Almost 9 o'clock.
Oh, I didn't know it was that late. I was just enjoying myself.
Well, yeah, because you didn't open the door when that lady was getting robbed. Okay. I can see you now coming out of that house and not even paying attention to the fact that she was getting robbed.
I probably wouldn't pay no attention.
No,
I probably walk right
you
up
probably
the
wouldn't
street.
even look that way.
First of all, they don't pay me no mind. They probably be thinking like, who is he? They probably be like, oh my God, he's been living here all the time. Yes, I go to work and I'm on my business. Now they'll see me this summer because I'll be outside, but
Doing what?
on the porch.
You should have a cookout on your porch. Nah,
I'd rather have a
yeah,
I'd rather have something in North Philly.
yeah,
but
you like to show your ass.
I've been Makael, you ain't hearing nothing about me in
Well, no, because you always here.
And before that, I've chilled out a whole lot. Don't do that.
Until you get around your friends and then you start saying, "Oh no, because I haven't seen them in a long time, so let me just let loose."
My friends be here too. They know. First of all, they know.
Who you said did the podcast with you last week?
Oh, Malik, Mario, and Dennis was here.
Oh,
well, I said his name now. Dennis like to be on his phone. Okay, I ain't stupid. Yeah. So yeah, I called him out. Now, what he gonna do? He gonna curse me out. Kevin, you always coming for me on Twitter and Instagram. Yeah, but no, they was here. First of all, Makael, they would have been here if you was here, because I didn't know that they were all be like, "Well, we gonna surprise Kevin over there." I didn't know all that shit was going down.
Oh, that was nice.
Yeah, so I said, "Well, surprise, bitch, y'all gonna be on the podcast." I think that the snow is done for the year.
This week is just a warm week, 40-something degrees. Yeah.
Yes, 50. I think it was 50 today. I'm tired. Like, listen, I missed the snow a little bit. I was like, yeah, I hope we get some snow. But it was nuisance storm after nuisance storm, ice here, ice there. I almost bust my ass on Friday because I didn't notice that the ground was slippery. Like, normally I could tell, but this time I didn't see it. And you know how you try to catch your balance? And my back was like, oh my God. I was like about to lose my balance. And then I quit myself. Like, it's just getting, thought I seen something. Things is just getting ooh shit. Woo, okay. Things is just getting kind of crazy. But I'm good now. I'm glad that the snow is almost over. In 2 weeks, we gotta have to push our clocks forward. We're gonna lose an hour of sleep. So we're gonna be getting that extra daylight. It's like, bitch, didn't we just get an extra hour of sleep for a day? Time go by like that. And it don't stop, and it don't stop, and it keep going, they keep going. So all these things that you plan on doing, just do them. Knock that shit out the way, y'all. Just knock it out. Do it, because it's not going to wait for you. It's going to keep going, and you're going to be left the fuck behind. I was going to talk about Leon Talley, but listen.
What did he do?
Don't get in deals with people, and you don't have nothing in writing, okay? Google the story. So he's been staying in this house since 2004. The house was $1 million at the time. His friend and his husband, they owned the place. I guess they spent $1 million for it. He was allegedly in a rent-to-own situation. Since 2004, Leon Talley says he's paid close to $1 million to these people. I want to know why he wasn't able to just pay this off right away. He's getting money. And now they want him out the house because they want to sell the house. And they're no longer friends.
Well, after $1 million, he didn't pay off that to own it by now? Right. Rent to own.
Right.
2004, that's nearly 20 years.
He wasn't paying them monthly, by the way.
When was he paying them?
I don't know. Because...
Oh, that's why they want him out. That's exactly why they want him out.
But they're not friends no more. So they're you really got to go. Yeah.
You want him out.
Can you imagine?
And I can't imagine have been paying $1 million for a house and I still don't own it.
Yeah, and he said he's paid hundreds of thousands of dollars in repairs for the home.
And I still don't own it? Are you kidding me?
I would never. First of all, when you are a tenant, you don't pay out all that money for no home. You're renting. That's the landlord's job. Right.
That's what you said. You said, what did you say? You said, I don't know what you said, Kevin, but I agreed with it. I can't remember what you said, but basically what you said was, you don't own it yet.
Yeah, you spend all this money. You don't rent. You don't spend shit on repairs. That's like me renting a house and then I'm paying for the repairs and the landlord paying nothing.
Right.
Like, come on. Like, why? Why would you do that? And now you're in a situation where you have no paperwork. You can't really go to court and say we had an agreement and I paid them this, and they saying you don't have no receipts for that you paid them. And come on, like, we got to do better. And Leon Talley, you're 72 years old. I really hope that his friends in the industry, if he still has any, if he hasn't burnt any bridges, I do hope that people help take care of him. He's 72. Of course, he's not going to be bringing in the money like that, but he can get paid for his expertise somewhere. Somewhere. And you mean something he couldn't pay this house off? I'm sure he's made over $1 million.
Right.
way over $1 million.
That's why I'm just like shocked that he still hasn't paid this off.
And it's showing that he's bad with his money because, first of all, when he got into that place because the apartment he stayed at was molded and leaking or whatever. So if you had money to give them like up front, like even if you don't own a house, you can get you a nice condo, something somewhere. But when you up there trying to live with the Jones, you can't be out here living beyond your means. That's for anybody. We all got to stay where we supposed to be until we can afford to be where we want to be at. Like, stop trying to. I keep seeing something out the corner of my eye. It's time to get out of here.
What are you seeing? A roach?
No, bitch. Did you see a roach crawling here?
No, but I'm trying to figure out what you're seeing. That's because you're looking too hard.
I don't know. I'm looking like if you know how, like I'm seeing something like near that couch, like. It's like a figure, and I gotta get.
Yeah, it's time to go because when you start talking like that, I don't want to hear that.
Yeah, I know you gotta go to work. So
yeah, you start talking.
So yeah, take some time before we get out of here, y'all. We didn't talk about this, but the topic definitely next week we're gonna discuss from the movie I Care a Lot about how people do people in legal guardianships and how everybody got these home care agencies. Oh, we're gonna exploit that next week.
You know people who has a home health aid?
I don't know, but if anybody got any information,
you don't know nobody who has a home health aid card?
Oh, I sure do, but you're trying it. But if anybody has any information,
you should interview her.
Contact us.
Interview him for this segment.
Lord, I'm like, how much do you really care? Do you care a lot?
Because, baby,
it's so much that we didn't.
The way
discuss.
they got the lady up out that house,
right?
That was horrible.
Bad business.
And she said,
and
"Wait
they got
a minute,
the wrong one."
She said, "Wait a minute, what?"
And she only went because the cops was there.
Yeah. But she knew, like she told her, "Oh, you're in trouble now."
Oh, I enjoyed that movie. You know, but it really could have dug deeper. But once I seen like all the characters was there, I seen that they wasn't going to go in that direction.
I instantly got aggravated though in the beginning because I said to myself, people do this.
Yeah, all the time.
They do this. And it's a shame. Mm-hmm. That's why they say you need to check up on your senior citizen family members because you don't know who's taking advantage of them.
Yeah. Well, what's going on? You don't know what money they
like
spend.
that guy from that funeral home that was taking the lady's checks. Remember in North Philly?
Yes,
his
he
neighbor,
tried
she's
it.
80-something years old.
And sold her home too. People do all kinds of stuff when you don't check up on your family members.
Check up on your senior, your grandmom or your aunts and them.
Mm-hmm.
And you know, Deacon Wombo at my church, he always say, if you got loved ones in a nursing home, go visit them because when those people in the nursing home see that y'all not coming to come visit them, they'll do what they want to do with them.
Yeah.
Talk to them any old kind of way. Do what they want to do. Go visit them. The more that they see people coming up there, the less they'll try them.
Mm-hmm.
Because they know that somebody's coming to, they know, oh, Miss So-and-so got, her family comes to visit her. And then their family could be walking through that door any minute, given minutes. You don't want to, you know what I mean? Mm-hmm. And it's so true. People put their loved ones in these nursing homes and just leave them there.
Yep.
Leave them. How you put somebody in a nursing home and don't go see them for months?
Like, I remember that time when my mom was at that place, Centennial. I'll never forget that man. He was just like, he's like, yeah. Because my mom was only there for the therapy part, but he was just like.
He was living there.
Yeah, he was living there. He's like, a nursing home is not where you would want her to be. He's like, they don't really care like that.
They there for 8 hours or 12 hours. They there for a check. And they going about their business. A lot of them, I'm not going to say that they all don't care, but a lot of them don't. You know, they like, listen. And then don't let the patient have dementia because they'll really talk to them any kind of way.
Yeah.
Because the patients ain't going to be able to tell
they
their
knew
family.
we was coming up there every day.
Yeah, you got it. That's what I'm saying. They know when these people know that you have loved ones coming up there, they're not going to try it as much because they know that you got loved ones coming up there and they know that your loved ones come up there faithfully. So they ain't going to try it as much. But if you got somebody that you put your grandmother or grandfather in a nursing home and you don't go see them on a regular,
the state will take over.
Yeah.
And the state takes over the pension or whatever type of money that they was getting. The state takes over that, and that goes towards your care being in that facility. It's horrible.
It is.
All right, y'all. We got to go. Thank y'all for listening to today's podcast. This is our longest one in a long time. Child Makael, somebody, look, you better hope that she has some nieces and you have nieces and nephews that care for you. Because otherwise, you're going to be right in the nursing home. You think she want to deal with you? Okay, they sending me right to the home, right? All right, yo, we gotta go.